Closing that distance, she did eat a big punch, but she was able to close that distance. Sometimes you have to take one just to get your takedown to close the distance. She's got to be aware of her neck. This is a good position for Asha to finish it. Look at that! She's out. Where's the ref? The ref, she's out! She's out! I'm not seeing. Oh, no, sorry. No. That was my mistake. Looked like she went flat. Kind of in a neck crank position.
Oh, Asha's got it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, she won that.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
No, that is bad.
And she's in a bad back space.
Excellent job by Asha, but she was indeed out.
Very careful. She's starting to overextend a little bit. Nice.
Oh, she got dropped on the head. Wow, the master of sports and freestyle wrestling with a master display and striking. Mamma mia! Welcome to Bellator MMA Pantera.
When it comes to combat sports, there's a raw, visceral edge that captivates audiences like nothing else. And when female fighters step into cage or ring, they bring not only skill and strategy, but ferocity and unshakable will. Over the years, fans have witnessed some truly terrifying knockouts and finishes in women's combat sports. Moments that left audiences stunned, fighters shaken, and the internet in frenzy. This video is a tribute to the most spine-chilling, jaw-dropping, and brutal finishes ever seen in women's MMA and boxing. Whether the lightning-fast head kick, a ground and pound so relentless it echoes through the arena, or a one-punch shutoff that changes the course of career, these moments stand as unforgettable reminders of just how intense and dangerous this world can be. There's something uniquely haunting about a knockout that comes out of nowhere, a moment where everything seems under control, until it's not. Some of the scariest knockouts in female combat sports have come from fighters who were losing the bout, only to find that perfect strike that instantly turned the tables. Others were total dominations, moments where one fighter had her opponent figured out from the beginning, using precision and timing to land the exact right shot. These aren't just highlight reel moments. They're career-defining, legacy-cementing, sometimes even career-ending blows. In MMA, it's not just about the strikes. Grappling submissions and ground finishes have produced terrifying results too. Think of those arm bars that look like they're going to snap a limb in half. or rear naked chokes where the opponent fights until the very last second before the lights go out. These are finishes that fans watch through their fingers, where even the commentary team gasps in real time. There's no faking these reactions. These finishes are real. They're violent, and they are unforgettable. The scariest knockouts aren't always the flashiest. Sometimes it's the silence that follows that makes them terrifying. The slow collapse of a fighter after absorbing a clean shot. The delayed reaction knockouts where a fighter tries to walk it off, then buckles unconscious before hitting the mat. The walk-off KOs where the striker knows instantly that their opponent isn't getting up. These are the images that stay in fans' minds long after the fights are over. Some of the most iconic moments featured in this compilation include spinning back fists that landed with bone-crushing force, knees in the clinch that shut down a fighter system in seconds, and flurries of strikes so aggressive and sustained that the referees had to dive in to save the victim. And even then, sometimes it was too late. The referee's hesitation, the fighter's refusal to quit, and the crowd's deafening reaction all blend into one unforgettable storm of emotion. Let's not forget the psychological element. The scariest finishes are often delivered by fighters who show no emotion, who stare down their opponent with calm, almost cold intent, then unleash hell in the cage or ring. These are the fighters who make their presence known from the opening bell. Their energy is different. You can feel it, whether it's legends like Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes, or rising stars like Stamp Fairtex and John Whaley. These women don't just fight, they hunt. There are moments in this video that will make even the most seasoned combat sports fans flinch. Elbows that slice open foreheads, uppercuts that lift fighters off their feet, body shots that crumple opponents in agony. The physical devastation is real, but so is the heart these fighters display, even in defeat. Because behind every knockout is a warrior who trained for months, took risks, and stepped into battle with everything on the line. And while many of these finishes are terrifying to watch, they're also beautiful in their execution. The footwork, the timing, the setup, it all requires supreme skill. That's what separates the greats from the rest. The most dangerous knockouts are rarely lucky. They're calculated, they're earned, and they send a message to the entire division. This is what happens when you make a mistake at the highest level. This compilation also serves as a celebration of just how far women's combat sports have come. There was a time when female fighters had to fight just to be seen, to be taken seriously. Now they headline cards, they break records, they inspire the next generation, and they deliver some of the most violent, shocking, and intense moments in all of combat sports.
Early on here.
Oh, an overhand right hand.
Oh! Steven it! Steven makes quick work!
Here's the overhand, I believe, right there. That's the one. Right there in the chin. There's that 3-2. These ones are all just academic.
finish in this video tells its own story. Some are quick bursts of chaos. Others are drawn-out wars of attrition that end in a sudden, definitive stoppage. Some happen on the sport's biggest stages: UFC title fights, Bellator main events, World Championship boxing bouts. Others took place in smaller promotions, proving that danger and drama can erupt anywhere, anytime. The reaction to these finishes is often as memorable as the knockouts themselves. Fans screaming, teammates leaping into the cage, commentators yelling over each other in disbelief. The chaos is electric, but behind every scream is respect for the skill, for the courage, and for the sheer intensity that women bring to this sport. It's also important to acknowledge the aftermath. The scary knockouts don't just end when a referee waves it off. Sometimes fighters lie motionless for minutes. Medical staff rush in. Opponents kneel in concern. Fans hold their breath. And eventually, relief washes over the arena when the fallen fighter rises. These are human beings, and every finish carries the weight of that reality. You'll see everything in this video, from clean one-hitters to overwhelming blitzes, from brutal head kicks to surgical submissions, from legends who defined the sport to underdogs who made history in one perfect moment. These are the scariest looking knockouts and finishes in women's combat sports, not just because of how they happened, but because of what they meant. There's a kind of poetry and violence at this level. Every knockout here represents years of training, sacrifice, pain, and determination. Every finish is a moment that will be talked about for years, replayed in slow motion, studied by fighters and remembered by fans. Some fighters became stars overnight after these moments. Others faded into obscurity, remembered only for the devastation they experienced. No matter the outcome, each clip is a testament to the warrior spirit of female fighters. They don't hold back. They don't shy away from the chaos. They meet it head-on, armed with nothing but their will and their skill. That's what makes these knockouts and finishes not just scary, but legendary. This isn't just violence for violence's sake. It's art, it's sport, it's survival. And when it all comes together in one perfect strike, one brutal sequence, or one sudden submission, there's nothing else like it. These are the moments that define careers, silence doubters, ignite rivalries, and leave fans speechless. So whether you're a die-hard combat sports fan or just discovering the intensity of women's MMA and boxing, prepare yourself. You're about to witness the scariest, most unforgettable finishes the sport has ever seen. These aren't just knockouts. They're declarations. They're warnings. They're the kind of moments that remind everyone why the sport is as thrilling as it is dangerous.
Guys,